favorite space on the airways. Indeed, we are broadcasting live from the Durban Shopping Festival out at the Exhibition Center. And really, it is such a wonderful atmosphere here. And if you're not here right now, well, you should get on down. The Liverpool-Manchester City game is on at the moment. I will tell you what's going on there. It's not looking good for the Reds indeed. Well, if you're visiting Durban, welcome to Durban. Welcome to the land of Al Ansar. Always a pleasure to have you in our company. Please do stay safe. Stay in and locked on all the shows. Join me as we will travel the sporting world, picking up sporting news, game previews, and, of course, reviews. The rest of his life, it only gets you to know it's the story of repentance, 'cause that's exactly what all love. We are humans of imperfections, and somehow we grace. Just a quick update on this Durban shopping festival. I can tell you there's so many different types of stores here. It's incredible. One of the stores that impressed me, although I'm not a fisherman, is the actual fishing and tackle store. Because I don't think much was made of it to tell fishermen out there, but come on down to the exhibition center because there's going to be stuff for you here as well. So I'm just giving you an example, fishing tackle, fishing rods, all the hooks, all that stuff. There's plenty of other shops here as well. So do come on down because it is really buzzing here at the Durban Shopping Festival right here at the Durban ICC. But having said that, it's all about sport over the next hour with me, Buddy Govender. And the top stories on kickoff today. New Zealand women take the third ODI against the South African counterparts. The Punjab Kings power past the Chennai Super Kings in an IPL match. Mamelodi Sundowns go top of the South African Premiership. The Sharks, they lose in Europe. Goal from Texas. And, of course, all eyes on the Emiratis FA Cup last 8. 10 minutes after 3 o'clock, you with me, Buddy Govender. This is a Radio Al Ansar. زوجا رحيم ولآله آبا حنين وصحبه الوفاء ولربه على. Well, let's get a quick update on the football that's happening across the planet as we speak. Right now, 65 minutes gone. Manchester City are 4-0 up against Liverpool in the FA Cup, the Emiratis FA Cup. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0, 65 minutes gone. Moving through to the Spanish La Liga, Real Sociedad are taking on Levante, 48 minutes into that one. Sociedad are 1-0 to the good. Italian Serie A, Sassuolo and Cagliari 0-0. That game has just started 9 minutes into it. Monley, if you're interested, Manchester City beating Liverpool, but I know you're more interested. Durban City are 1-0 up against Sastrick Stars, and that is the Nedbank Cup semi-final game out at the Chatswood Stadium. Durban City 1, Sastrick Stars 0. There's an IPL fixture on at the moment at the Firoz Kotla Stadium in Delhi, match number 8. The Delhi Capitals are playing the Mumbai Indians. Well, the Mumbai Indians in their 20 overs, they cracked 162 for 6. The Delhi Capitals, 14.4 overs gone. They currently 131 for 3. 131 for 3. Delhi Capitals need 32 runs to win from 5.2 overs. फिर भी तेरा करम है मेरे मौला यही दुआ है सारी उम्र में तेरा यूं ही बन के रहूं यही दुआ है सारी उम्र में तेरा यूं ही बन के रहूं तेरा यूं ही बन के रहूं ये तेरा ही करम. Well, if there's any Liverpool supporters right here at the exhibition center at the moment, I'd love you to come up to the Al Ansar stand. where we are, the crafter. You can see the Al Ansar crafters. Come up there because I want to know from your perspective, what do you think is wrong with Liverpool this season? What do you think is wrong with Liverpool this season? Is it that Mohamed Salah is leaving? Have we got the manager that really hasn't really, he's come on at the back end of a manager last season and won the league, but has he really shown that league qualities? I'd like to know from you, what is it that's wrong with Liverpool in the league this year?
मेरी बिगड़ी बना दे मेरे मौला, मेरी बिगड़ी बना दे मेरे मौला, ये तेरा ही करम है मेरे मौला, ये तेरा ही करम है मेरे.
Well, let's move to Super Rugby Pacific. That's down in Australia and New Zealand. Kieran Tuamalofalo and Quinn Tupea, they scored 2 tries each as the Chiefs ease their way to past the Waratahs by 42 points to 14. 42-14, the Chiefs against the Waratahs. The Crusaders, they ran in 11 tries as they saw off the Fijian Drua by 69 points to 26. Those 2 games were in the Super Rugby Pacific.
This tongue breaks me, I walk with heavy feet. Lights all around me, but my heart skips a beat. I smile for the world, but the truth hides behind. A million little storms are tearing at my mind. When whispers turn to thunder and I cannot hear, a quiet answer comes and suddenly you're near. Oh Lord, hears me and cry, Lord.
Well, if you are visiting Durban this weekend and haven't come down to the exhibition center, I really urge you to do so. It is really a spectacular event here, and there's plenty for everybody to do. So if you're planning maybe a bit later on to come down here to the exhibition center, maybe have dinner here, well, it's a perfect place to do. There's plenty of different variety of food that you can come down and share with your family. You don't all have to eat from the same place. You can sit down at the same table, but you can get food from across the spectrum. There's so much to do. So if you are visiting Durban with family, I urge you at least once to come down to the exhibition center. It'll really be worth your while.
I placed them at your door. You meant the broken pieces that I thought were more. In midnight when the shadows try to steal my life, a gentle warmth.
Well, let's move to the game with the small ball but big money. That's golf. Robert McIntyre carded 8 under 64 in the second round for a 2-shot lead over Ludwig Aberg at the Valero, Texas Golf Open.
So I whisper softly, oh, stay. Oh, hears me cry, but he comes near me.
Well, the news coming out of the Italian camp, and as you know, Italy are out of the World Cup. 3 World Cups in a row now. One of the former world champions not to be in a World Cup, just absolutely diabolical. But to be out 3 World Cups in a row, that's never, ever happened in the history of football. Well, the manager of Italy, Gennaro Gattuso, he stepped down from his job as Italian coach after the Azori's failure to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. So what could be the problem there with the Italian side as well? Well, one of the things my son Saif tells me is that they have not developed that side. They've not moved into younger talent. They're continuing with the same older players, bringing in the same, no fresh talent, whilst all the other countries have certainly increased their tally in terms of youngsters coming in. And if you're looking at Bosnia-Herzegovina the other day against Italy, they certainly deserved to win that one, albeit that the game went into penalties. The Bosnian team, a young side, one or two older players, but more youngsters into the team and really showing their part. Italy, on the other hand, I really don't know. That generation, 3 World Cups now, should be a generation that should be on its way out. And a complete new, fresh one is coming through. But what names are we talking about? One of the only Italian players, in my opinion, that's worth anything is Sandro Tonali from the Newcastle United team. Certainly one of those they should try and build the team around. But Italy, completely out of the World Cup.
يا رب علمنا الصبر والرضا يلا يلا نور الإيمان في قلبي لا يخبو مهما طال العمر حب الله يملأ دربي يريني للحق ويكشف الستر.
Well, it's 20 past, so just going on to 20 past 3 with me, Buddy Govender, on your favorite space on the airways, Radio Al Ansar, bringing you all up to date in the world of sport. We're going to take a small break for some adverts. Don't go too far if you're around the exhibition center. Come and have a look at what's going on right here at the Al Ansar Crafter. But we'll be back in a bit after these few adverts.
يا رب علمتنا.
Get ready to elevate your fitness game at First Fitness in Durban's Berea. With a spacious free weight area, award-winning equipment, and exclusive ladies-only parking and training level, we've got everything you need to crush your goals. Hit the ground running on our outdoor track or unleash your inner warrior in our MMA and boxing dungeon. Plus, enjoy high security and ample parking. And don't forget to refuel at our halal coffee and health restaurant for the best in coffees, smoothies, and healthy eats. Join us today and redefine your fitness journey. First Fitness, dare to be extraordinary.
Radio Al Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting-related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
Durban, are you ready to shop till you drop? The Durban Shopping Festival is back from the 3rd to 6th of April at the Durban Exhibition Centre, bringing you 4 days of incredible shopping and unbelievable deals. And this year, it's all about the deals. Discover fashion steals, beauty must-haves, home decor, delicious food, and so much more. Whether you're a bargain hunter or treating yourself, this is where the best finds are waiting. Don't miss the shopping event everyone's going to talk about. The Durban Shopping Festival. Shop more, save more, enjoy more. Durban's greatest shopping event of the year.
Kick off with Buddy Govender on Radio Al Ansar's premier sports show.
نور الإيمان في قلبي يهدي طريقي إن ضل السعي يا رحيما غفورا برحمتك لك الرضا والعطاء يا الله.
4-0 is what Manchester City are leading Liverpool at the moment. 78 minutes gone. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0. It's at the Etihad Stadium. It's an FA Cup quarterfinal at the home of Manchester City. In the Spanish La Liga at the Estadio Municipal de Anoeta, the Real Sociedad home. Well, they lead in Levante by a goal to nil, 60 minutes on that one. In the Italian Serie A, Sassuolo and Cagliari still 0-0, 22 minutes on it. And the same 22 minutes on the Nedbank Cup semi-final here. Durban City are still leading Sastric Stars by a single goal. That game coming out from the Chatsworth Stadium. In the IPL game last night, the Punjab Kings made it back-to-back wins after a 5-wicket victory over the Chennai Super Kings at the MA Chinnambadaram Stadium. The IPL is going to really explode shortly because at the moment it's just all, second games on. But once it kicks off, it's going to be really something else. One of the messages that came in regarding the Italy, I said, what is it that's wrong with Italy at the moment? Just can't seem to do it. Get out the starting blocks. 3 World Cups in a row. An ex-World Cup winning team can't even make the World Cup. Well, it says Italy carry the Zidane curse. Yep, remember that? Hey, when they played France in that World Cup final, the guy abused Zidane, said something, and Zidane gave him the header on the chest. Well, after that final, they got him sent off. Italy have not got out of the starting blocks. Good one there. Thank you. Well, Mohamed Kaji, one of the ex-Galberton Callie's stalwart, he says, we all know what Salah is about, but besides a serious drop in form, just seems so casual in every game. It's like he has switched off months ago. He goes into the goal threat situations almost half-hearted, seemingly unconcerned about the outcome. I really think that is a spot-on analysis. Because if you look at the Mohamed Salah of late, certainly not as lively as the one we certainly know. But at the moment, Liverpool really getting a hiding there from Manchester City. 4-0, moving into the last 9 minutes of that in regulation. Well, last night in the Sky Bet Championship, that's like the second division in England, Coventry City, they stretched their lead at the top of the standings to 12 points after a hard-fought 3-2 win over Derby County. So it looks like Coventry City will be coming back in to the Premier League.
أشكرك ربي على النور في عيوني وعلى الطهر في دموعي وعلى الأمل في سجودي يا ربنا يا رحمن يا من صلاة الإنسان.
The Sharks were out in Europe yesterday, and a second-half surge floored the Sharks, gave the Irish side Connacht a handsome 29-12 win to book their place in the quarterfinals of the EPCR Challenge Cup last night. Well, the side from Galway, Ireland were behind 12-7 at the break, but produced a powerhouse second half to keep the South African side scoreless and surge ahead to win the match. Connacht will now meet the winners of Montpellier or Peppergun to be played Saturday in the quarterfinal showdown that's for next weekend. Sharks' disappointing European campaign has come to the end. Well, the Sharks had come to Ireland as heavy underdogs, especially with their mixed and match selection, missing several regulars in this contest, but never looked like scoring a try on the night. So the Sharks' European campaign ends in a whimper and not a bang.
اجعلنا من الشاكرين ومن الصابرين ومن الذين تحبهم وترضى. From the heavens high above, you brought a message down with love. Through the messengers you chose to guide the hearts that only the darkness knows. What's up, عن طريق يا رحمتك Every heart lost its way, found its path in what you gave. Through the words the prophet spoke, guiding hearts that only the darkness knows. يا رحمتك يا رحمتك أنت الرحمن أنت الرحيم، أرسلت الهدى للعالمين. أرسلت الهدى.
In the South African Premiership, log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns moved 2 points clear of second place Orlando Pirates last night after they saw off Chippa United by 4-1 at home. I watched that game, bits and pieces of it. Mamelodi Sundowns certainly looking a cut above the rest. We need to catch up here in South African football, Monley, because all the other teams are like just there to make up the numbers. It's either Mamelodi Sundowns or it's Orlando Pirates, and I would love to see Orlando Pirates win the league. But we also want Kaizer Chiefs to come back on action again. But hopefully it's also going to be a good year for Amazulu. But again, Mamelodi Sundowns sitting way top of the season again.
من أجلك عشنا يا أمتي، تفدي الأرواح عقيدتنا.
Last night in the Spanish La Liga, Angolan international midfielder Randy Nteka, he scored as Raul Vallecano beat Elche by a single goal. Elche went down to 10 men in that particular game, and a strike by Randy Nteka certainly puts Raul Vallecano in the driver's seat.
من أجلك يا أمتي، أبطالا كنا لا غير الأمجاد ميادينا، نزهو بالماضي في ثقة والحاضر نبني سامينا، قد قدنا العالم في ثقة، سجل يا دهر معالينا، والنصر الأكبر كان لنا مجدا من صنع أيادينا. من أجلك من أجلك يا أمتي. جيش الإيمان وقادته كان نجمين لعزتنا، قال في الله ثقتنا والأسد تقود مساعينا.
32 minutes after 3 o'clock, it is coming to you live from the Durban Exhibition Center. 32 minutes after 3, coming to you live from the Durban Exhibition Center. Kicking off as we always do, inshallah, right here on a Saturday afternoon at 3 to 4. And of course, don't forget tomorrow morning, breakfast with me. That's right, me, you, breakfast, coffee, croissants, right here on Al Ansar, 8 o'clock, the Sunday morning breakfast edition with me, Buddy Govender. And inshallah, again at 4 o'clock, again coming live right from the exhibition center. We'll bring you kickoff, bringing you up to date with the happenings of all sport between now and tomorrow evening. That's the date tomorrow, 4 o'clock, kicking off with me, Buddy Govender, and 8 o'clock in the morning, breakfast on the Sunday morning breakfast edition. Well, moving over to basketball, the NBA. Well, the New York Knicks got their 50th win of the season after beating the Chicago Bulls 136-96 at the Madison Square Gardens. 136-96, that is a thrashing in terms of basketball. Normally it's like fairly close, but 136-96, the New York Knicks really doing their bit over the Chicago Bulls. Well, Jaylen Brown scored 26 points and Jason Tatum added 23 as the Boston Celtics, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks 133-101. Both those games in the NBA.
For all his favors, say Alhamdulillah. Look around you some more. You can look deep inside. Enormous blessings you will find. Think about who you are, gifted with a way of life. You are the best of nations. You've come this far. Remember when you're in the dark, never sure of where you are. Allah Al-Hadi pull you out from the dark and into light. No matter how many times you are wrong, He guides you.
Well, if you're a Liverpool supporter, well, bad news because we are out of the FA Cup. Manchester City winning that one by 4-0. That game is done and dusted out from the Etihad Stadium as Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0. It was never a contest because City certainly looked like in the driving seat straight after halftime. 4-0. Manchester City moving into these quarterfinals as such. So we'll catch up with some of the other games. Real Vallecano, they beat Elche, as I said. But right now, there's some games still on. Real Sociedad are 1-0 up against Levante in the Spanish La Liga, 72 minutes. Coming up a bit later on, Mallorca will take on Real Madrid. That's about 4:15. Real Betis Espanyol at about 6:30. And Atletico Madrid, Barcelona at 9 o'clock. All of those games in the Spanish La Liga. Moving through to the Italian Serie A, Sassuolo still trailing Cagliari at home by a single goal. 34 minutes on that particular one. A bit later on at 6 o'clock, Hellas Verona take on Fiorentina. At 8:45, Lazio will face Parma. And at the moment, Durban City, 36 minutes heading towards halftime there, are still 1-0 up against Sastric Stars.
His favors are free. His mercies are free.
Well, still FA Cup games coming up a bit later on. There's going to be Chelsea taking on Port Vale. That's about 6:15. Chelsea, Port Vale. And then later tonight, 9 o'clock, Southampton, Arsenal. That's going to be a good one. Tomorrow we have West Ham playing as well. They play Leeds United in the other and final quarterfinal. Manchester City already into the last four, awaiting the outcome of some of the other games.
Alhamdulillah, His favors upon you. For His favors so beautiful. For His favors pull you through. For His favors before you. For His favors blessed for you. For His favors mercies for you. For His favors so good for you. For His favors try for
Well, the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians have just finished their game in the IPL. Delhi Capitals were chasing the Indians' tally of 162, which is what they made in their 20 overs. Capitals made 164 for 4 in 18.1 overs, winning that particular game by 6 wickets. A bit later on, or that game will kick off at about 4 o'clock. The Gujarat Titans in match number 9 will face the Rajasthan Royals. The Titans versus the Royals at the Sardar Patel Stadium in Ahmedabad. Game number 9 of the Indian Premier League. 38 minutes after 3 o'clock. We're going to take another break for some adverts. Don't go too far. When you come back, we'll drive you all the way up to 4 o'clock. You're with me, Buddy Govender, and this is Radio Al Ansar. We'll be back in a bit.
Gaza needs your support more than ever. Homes have been shattered and families have lost everything. With your support, our teams are delivering clean water tankers, feeding the hungry, and assisting orphans who have no one left. Let us give Gaza whatever help we can. African Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Warning, serious deals ahead. The Durban Shopping Festival 2026 edition returns from the 2nd to the 6th of April at the Durban Exhibition Centre, promising a bigger, better and bolder shopping experience featuring top brands, exclusive deals, fashion, home decor, gourmet food and live entertainment. Don't miss out on a chance to explore exciting findings and enjoy non-stop festivities at this 5-day shopping experience. Mark your calendars now.
Celebrate with flavor. Come visit the all-new Checkers Saxony Westwood. From cured meats, rich and savory, to spicy tandoori chicken. Try our authentic Indian curries, perfectly seasoned and ready to serve. Everything is made fresh daily with care and quality you can taste. Our halal certified deli brings you freshness, flavor and variety worth coming back for. Whether you're setting the table for family or sharing something special on the go, discover the Checkers Saxony Westwood Deli, where good food is always on the menu. Checkers Saxony Westwood, butchery, bakery and deli, certified by the NIHT.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM.
Kick off with Buddy Govender.
Thought the pain was meant to break me, but it was sent to wake me. You took my plans, I called it loss, but you were guiding me across. I begged for things that weren't mine. You said wait, I called it time. Now I see what I couldn't then. Every ending was you again. You knew when I cried that it was best for me. When I lost my way, you were testing me. Every heartbreak, every fall was you saying I'm above it all. You knew what I couldn't see.
Welcome back at 21 minutes 41 minutes after 3 o'clock. Well, there's going to be a book signing and a book launch right here at the Al Ansar Bookshop. It is going to be at about after 4 o'clock. The book is called Chukapurni, and it's going to be by Sister Nasreen Variawa. And get up there, Sister Fatima Kareem will be at the bookstore, and there's going to be a book signing and a book release as well. So do come up there. It's going to be really interesting. The author is going to be there, and she's going to be signing the books over for you as well.
You break my heart to make it bless. You knew when I cried that it was best for me. When I lost my way, you were testing me. Every heartbreak, every fall was you saying I'm above it all. You knew.
Well, in Italian Serie A, Cagliari are 1-0 up against Sassuolo. 38 minutes on that one. Real Sociedad and Levante in the Spanish La Liga, 77 minutes. Sociedad still 1-0 up against them. Durban City, Sastric Stars, 41 minutes gone. City 1-0 up. Nedbank Cup semi-final coming to you from the Chatswood Stadium.
You know that hurt my heart once. You saving me from the dark. Every storm that felt unfair was you reminding me of the.
Well, last night in the French League One, Ousmane Dembele got 2 goals as Paris Saint-Germain beat Toulouse 3-1 to extend their lead to 4 points on top of the French Ligue 1 table.
When I fell apart, you were blessing me. Every delay, every test was you preparing me for rest. You knew what I couldn't see. That pain was made in secrecy. Now when I break, I still find rest. This life's a test. You know best. You know best. You know best.
I wish that every voice was heard.
Well, let's get some tennis action. The U.S. clay court tennis is on. Unseeded Thiago Austin Tirante he's got a great chance of reaching the final after upsetting let me get that right again. The number one seed, Ben Shelton, 6-7, 6-3, 6-4. Why that got me godsmacked was unseeded. You're not even in any of the seedings. Thiago Austin, he beats the number one seed, Ben Shelton, at the U.S. clay court tennis. That says something. 6-7, 6-3, 6-4. Well, number two seed Francis Tiafoe rallied from a set down to beat Alexei Popyrin 3-6, 6-4, 7-6 in their quarterfinal matchup. And then Roman Andreas Burushaga, he punched his ticket into the semifinal with a 7-5, 6-4 win over third seed Lerner Tien. And local favorite to Tommy Paul, who's the number 4 seed, he went into the semifinals thanks to a 6-4, 6-2 win over Thomas Martin Echeverry.
So every voice should have find ease, and mercy fills the air.
So hear me say, oh, I believe in brighter days. Different people, but we dream the same. One step is all it takes. Together we can make a change. Peace is life. Peace is love. Peace is more. Peace is more than just a word. Peace is more when we deserve. We will rise together. A better life. We will march whenever we're in. The treasure.
Well, Maddie Green scored a brilliant unbeaten century, and Rosemary captured a maiden 5-wicket haul in New Zealand's women's 66-run win over the South African women in their third ICC Women's Championship One-Day International at the Basin Reserve in Wellington earlier today. Well, the hosts, who were put into bat first by South Africa, scored 306 for 7 in 50 overs. Their bowlers banded together to bowl South Africa out for 240 runs in 46.1 overs. Well, that victory also means that New Zealand secure a 2-1 series win over their South African counterpart, the South African women. So, well done to the New Zealand ladies. Bad luck to the South Africans.
I chased the dunya day and night. I thought success would make it right. But every game just fades away. My heart still feels so empty.
Well, if you're following Formula One, it's going to be really interesting this year with all the new changes that are coming out in the Formula One world, hybrid cars. It's going to be really good. And you noticed the usual suspects are not all up front there anymore. Well, Kimi Antonelli winning the Japanese Grand Prix from pole position ahead of McLaren's Oscar Piastri as Max Verstappen. Well, he's not really having a good outing in his Red Bull. But let's look at some of the talking points from the third race weekend last week. But Antonelli, he's only in his second season, but already Mercedes are playing down expectation of the 19-year-old, now the youngest title race leader in Formula One history. Well, Antonelli admitted that he had a stroke of fortune with a safety car that enabled him to dive in for fresh tires and emerge in the lead after his rivals had already pitted. It was the second race in a row where a slow getaway saw him relegated from pole position and having to play catch up. So it's really a fantastic performance there for the youngster. 19 years old. Can you believe that? What about Max Verstappen? Well, the Red Bull's four-time world champion Verstappen openly questioned his future in Formula One after coming in eighth and lashing out against the new cars and regulations. Of course, he would complain about the new cars. He's not winning anymore. So he says it's really anti-driving. I'm quoting. And remember, Verstappen had won at Suzuka in each of the previous 4 years. It was way off the pace and even waved goodbye to one car that overtook him, knowing that he did not have any capability to strike back. Well, the Dutchman and Formula One bosses know what to do, he says, to address his concerns, and added, "You don't need to feel sorry for me. I'll feel fine. I'll be fine." Not really a good one there. So it's amazing for me in that Lewis Hamilton, he moves away from Mercedes, and all of a sudden Mercedes are winning. You know, when he was there, he couldn't win anything. Mercedes weren't even on the podium at times. Now Mercedes are right up front. So that's the strange world of Formula One.
Why would you call it a test?
86 minutes now in the Spanish La Liga again. Real Sociedad have increased their lead to 2-0. It's Sociedad 2, Levante 0. 86 minutes on that one. Well, moving into stoppage time at before halftime. Sassuolo still trailing Cagliari by a single goal in the Italian Serie A.
In the sands of ancient Arabia, a light began to shine. A man of truth and mercy, with a heart so divine. From the Mount of Hira, a message came to him. A prophet for the ages, to guide us from within. Oh Muhammad, a messenger of peace. From your words and from your wisdom, our souls can find release. Oh Muhammad, in every prayer you prayed, you showed the path of mercy, the light that never fades. In the face of adversity, you stood so strong and true. With kindness and with wisdom, you showed what faith can do. From Mecca to Medina.
Well, let's stay with the tennis, the Charleston Tennis Open. Top seed Jessica Pegula, she came from a set down to beat Diana Schneider 3-6, 6-2, 6-3 in their quarterfinal clash. Iva Jovic, number 4 seed, set up an All-American semifinal clash with Jessica Pegula, the number 1 seed, after seeing off Anna Kaneskaya 6-3, 6-4. Madison Keys reached the first Charlton semifinal since 2019 with a 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 result over Belinda Bencic, and Yulia Staros-Dubtseva will face 5th seed Madison Keys in the semifinals after a 6-4, 6-4 victory over McCartney Kessler.
Always guide us through each and every day. Oh Muhammad, a messenger of peace. From your words and from your wisdom, our souls can find release. Oh Muhammad, in every prayer you prayed, you showed the path of mercy, the light that never fades. Loneliness embrace you, no one look your way. Progress turn against you, but you know you always pray. Allah, will answer you. Remember what he said. After hardship that you go through, it will come your way. Oh, summer, summer, your pain won't last forever. Summer, summer, one day things will be better. Summer, summer, your pain won't last forever. Summer, summer, one day things will be better.
Well, we're almost coming to the end of the show. Big thank you to Mondley, Spoo, and of course, Tobacco, who's driving the show here again today. And thank you guys for the background work that you do. It certainly does not go unnoticed as far as I'm concerned. Well done to you guys. Thank you also for sharing this time and this space with me. As always, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you and your families the very, very, very best of Allah's glorious gifts of good health and happiness always. Inshallah, I ask that you please do keep me and my family in your dua as well. Tomorrow, plenty coming up. But before I go, this afternoon, there's going to be plenty to do here at the IC Exhibition Center. So do come on down. All your favorite announcers will be here, as well as a chance to get to see all the background people, the people that actually make us sound good. Tobacco, come down and have a look and meet those people as well. Plenty to do, as I say. There's lots of shows as well. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, Sunday morning breakfast edition with me, Buddy Govender, me, you, croissants, coffee, tea. That's it, right out from the Al Ansar studios. And then, inshallah, we'll be down here again at the Durban Shopping Festival at the Exhibition Center at 4 o'clock tomorrow, inshallah. So I'll be very, very happy to see you down here. May Allah make it easy for all of you. From Khalil Gibran, your attitude in life will determine life's attitude towards you. Please try your best always. From me, Buddy Govender, and the entire Al Ansar team, have a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you and yours. Stay blessed.